Oh, hi there. Jason Daniel for Indie.com. I'll be reading for Jacob.
Severe lacerations to the face, 2 broken ribs, cracked tooth, and a concussion. You messed him up pretty good. You mind telling me why?
I already told at least 2 other cops. Sure, if you look, it's probably right over there in your file.
I like to hear things firsthand.
All right. Like I said before, I was getting a cup of coffee. The lady was walking around the place asking everybody was their order okay. She came over to me, asked how the coffee was. I said it was fine. And then this dude comes up and starts harassing her, pulls her to the side.
Alejandro Diaz?
I don't know. I'd never seen him before. Anyhow, she didn't look too happy about it. They started arguing back and forth, and then he started shoving towards the, grabbed her and shoving and doing stuff.
And you stepped in?
Well, yeah, not at first. At first I was just like, yo, buddy, go easy,
How did he take that?
Yeah, not too well. Told me to mind my own business. Words to that effect. Anyhow, he shoved her towards the back of the place.
And then you stepped in?
Oh, yeah. Looked like he was going to hurt her.
Do you have any idea why he'd do that?
Yeah, I told you. I never saw him before. I figured he's a boyfriend, ex-husband, whatever.
It's pretty bold. I mean, he could have been armed. Turns out he was. Why not just call 911?
So you guys just show up an hour later? Look, no offense. But there just wasn't time for that.
So you risked your life to protect a woman you didn't know. Here, I thought chivalry was dead.
Man, what do you want from me?
I want to know why you were in town from Chicago. I want to know why you were in that diner at that time. And I want the whole story, Jacob. With details. I have nothing but time.
I'm visiting a friend. She had to go to work. I went to get coffee. We happen to like coffee in Chicago, too.
You also happen to know how to take down an armed gang member trying to shake down a restaurant owner with just your bare hands. They teach you that in Chicago, too? Who are you, Jacob? What do you do in Chicago?
I work construction.
Yeah, for a man named Salvatore Amato. He just happens to have a sister here in L.A. Her name's Gina, and she's the one you saved from getting harassed by Mr. Diaz, who is now in intensive care. Some coincidence.
You keep asking questions when you already have all the answers.
I don't have them all. Yet.
I busted up a guy who turns out to be a lowlife. You want to arrest me for that?
Frankly, I wish I could hire you. Not many guys walking around that could put Alejandro on his back like that. But you already have a job. And a boss. So what I want is for you to go back to Chicago and tell him not to send his muscle out here to settle local disputes. Have a nice trip back. Coffee's on the department.
Jason Daniel, reading for Detective Leary for Indy.com. Severe lacerations to the face, 2 broken ribs, cracked tooth, and a concussion. You messed him up pretty good. Mind telling me why?
Already told at least 3 different cops. Sure it's in your file there.
Yeah, well, I like hearing things firsthand.
Like I said before, he's just getting a cup of coffee. Lady was walking through the restaurant, asking people, was their order okay? The owner, I guess. She asked me, I said the coffee was fine. And this guy comes up and kind of pulls her aside.
Alejandro Diaz.
I don't know, I never saw him before. Anyway, she didn't look too happy about it. They started arguing, she tried to walk away and he grabbed her.
And you jumped in.
Not at first. I said, hey buddy, go easy.
Yeah? How'd you take to that?
Not too well. He told me to mind my own business. Words to that effect. Then he shoved her towards the back of the place.
And then you jumped in.
Looked like he was going to hurt her.
Any idea why you want to do that?
Told you, I never saw him before. Figured he's a boyfriend, ex-husband, whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty bold. Could have been armed. Turns out he was. Did you just call 911?
So you guys could show up an hour late? No offense, there wasn't any time.
So you risk your life for a woman you don't know? Huh. Here I thought chivalry was dead.
What do you want from me?
I want to know why you're in town from Chicago. I want to know why you were in that diner at that time. I want the whole story, Jacob. With details. I got nothing but time.
I'm visiting a friend. She had to go to work. I went to get a cup of coffee. We happen to like coffee in Chicago, too.
Yeah, you happen to know how to take out an armed gang member who's harassing a restaurant owner with your bare hands. They teach you that in Chicago, too? Who are you, Jacob? What do you do in Chicago?
I work construction.
Yeah, for a man named Salvador Amato. Turns out he has a sister who lives here in L.A. Her name's Gina. She's the one that you saved from being harassed by Mr. Diaz. Some coincidence.
You keep asking questions, and you already have all the answers.
I don't have all the answers. Yet.
So I busted up a guy who's a lowlife. You gonna arrest me for that?
Frankly, I wish I could hire you. Not many guys who could put Alejandro on his back like that. But you already have a job. And a boss. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back to Chicago and tell your boss to stop sending muscle to settle local disputes. Have a nice trip back. Coffee's on the department.